people could sell a company and then sit back and rest, right? And what's really been intriguing to me about you and your career, like you said, everything you put your mind to, you meet with success. So what drives that energy and motivation? Is it simply the feeling of winning every time? What keeps you motivated and focused and on point with each and every success you've gone through?
Well, it's a great question. I tell you, I don't know if you caught this yesterday. Many people may not have, but there was an article that came out. I was going through CNBC, which I look at oftentimes, but in there was an article on a guy named, I can't pronounce his first name. His last name was Hinahara. Now, what's interesting is it was a Japanese physician who died at 105. Now, what's strange about it, Ben, is you'll probably know this. Tom Hinahara is an interventional cardiologist here in the North Bay. He actually is my cardiologist. He was my partner, John Simpson's partner. He was one of the early guys on balloon angioplasty and atherectomy and just all things interventional. And it was an article about his dad who lived to 105 and worked every day up until he died at 105 giving lectures. And I was thinking about it because I had never met his dad, but I knew Tom because he's my cardiologist, and he told me about his dad. And I was thinking about, listen, what's really kind of sad in a lot of ways is that many people that in the United States work, the average age for retirement is like, I don't know, 65, I think is the average age today. Right. And there's a lot of people that strive to get to 65 so, quote, they can retire. I never really understood that. Even way earlier, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I never understood the concept of retirement. Why would I want to retire if I was enjoying and having fun and winning?
Right.
I mean, that's a question one has to ask themselves. Now, I realize that not everybody works in an area or a position or a job in which they feel like they're winning. Maybe they really hate their work. Maybe that's an opportunity for them to think about trying to make a change versus just retiring. Because I think when people retire, it's like you shut your brain off and you shut your ability to improve and continue to excel and exceed. I look at it I'm going to be 67 this year. I look at the insights I have today as so much more valuable than they were 20 years ago. Because I've made a lot of mistakes over the 20 years. And now I realize those. So my wealth of knowledge to implement to others, whether I sit on a board or mentoring another CEO or just mentoring some young individual about how they can go about achieving excellence, is so much better today than it was. And it's the same for a lot of people. They just don't realize it. They don't realize that no matter the job that they may have been doing, they have a lot of information and experience and wisdom. So why shut it off at 65?
Yeah, 100%.
Continue to work. Yeah, continue to make things happen. Continue to help people, because that's where the richness in life is. It's not about making money. It's about how do you impact people's lives and careers and their thinking, young, old, people that are stuck in different, in different dead end jobs. They've probably never even thought about what is the real gift they've got. And if they just step back from it and say, what am I really good at? Let me analyze that. And
sometimes
try
they get
to
siloed in a position and they're stuck there because they have a mortgage or whatever. And
they're just stuck.
Experience their true gift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and no matter who you are, you can still wake up every day and go, you know what? I want to be better today than I was yesterday, because that's what's fulfilling. And when you work in a company, and what I've always tried to do is I want all the employees, regardless of their position, right, or what their title is, to know that they have an opportunity to be a leader. Because leadership, I think in most people's minds, if you did I asked a bunch of people, what do you think makes a great leader? Oh, he's the guy that makes the important, critical decisions. He makes the big decisions. My view is everyday leadership. People in any position, in any role, have an ability in that small little element that they might think is their job to be a leader. Everyday leadership is really where it's at, because any CEO knows there's 100 different decisions that get made in a day. Every single one of those are made by different people within the company who should look at that decision that they've made, regardless of how small it is, and say it impacts the company. Because when you add up all of those decisions and all of those little, what I call everyday leaderships, that's how you get great momentum and accomplishment.